Hello students, today we are going to study the poem A Thing of Beauty from our book Flamingo. A Thing of Beauty is a poem taken from the poem titled Indimino, a poetic romance written by the famous poet John Keats. Based on Greek mythology about a shepherd named Endymion, his quest for his love Diana, and how in his quest he falls in love with an earthly maiden who later turns out to be Diana herself. Now, let's see the poem. A thing of beauty is joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep above quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. The poet says that beauty stays forever. It never fades away, rather, it increases with the passing time. The perception of the poet regarding beauty is that it never goes off with the passing time. Rather, it beautifies more and more. For the poet, beauty is like a beautiful shady tree under whose shade all the creatures can sleep peacefully and enjoy good health. Here, the word bower stands for a shady tree. As you can see during summer, most of the animals try to get under a tree to avoid the extreme heat of the sun. It provides coolness and relaxation under a shady tree. So, poet is comparing that shady spot under a tree with a beautiful thing. Now look at the literary device. As you can see, a sleep full of sweet dreams. So the consonant sound SS is there and it stands for alliteration. The next one, bower quiet. As you can see here, there is an implied simile. A beautiful thing is called bower quiet. So here it is metaphor. Now the second stanza. Therefore, on every morrow are we raising a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways, made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirit. The poet says that every day it is the beauty which fills us with the spirit to live. It is the beauty which builds the desire in us to live through sad moments and cruel people around us. Now यहाँ पोएट कह रहा है कि हमारे चारों तरफ परेशानियां हैं, मुसीबत हैं, बुरे लोग हैं, इन सब के बीच में हमें जीने की जो उम्मीद मिलती है वो इन ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स से मिलती है. So here the poet wants to say that without beauty the earth will be full of cruel people, sad and gloomy moments. It is the beauty which is created by God which helps us to remove the sadness from our hearts. पोएट कह रहा है कि स्पाइट ऑफ डेस्पोडेंस हमारे चारों तरफ डिप्रेशन है, इनह्यूमन टर्स ऑफ ह्यूमन नोबल नेचर्स हम अच्छा दिखने की कोशिश में बहुत बुरा काम करते हैं। ग्लूमी डेज सैड डेज हैं ऑफ ऑल अनहेल्दी एंड ओवर डार्केंड वेज। हमें आगे का कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, सब कुछ अंधेरा है। अगर ऐसे हालात में भी हमें कोई अगर ब्यूटीफुल थिंग दिखती है तो वो हमारे डार्क स्पिरिट्स, जो हम पूरी तरह से डार्क स्पिरिट्स घिरे हैं, हमारी आत्मा बुराइयों से घिरी है। इन बुराइयों को यहाँ पैल द कवरिंग फॉर द कॉर्प्स जो डाला जाता है। सो दैट ब्यूटीफुल थिंग हेल्प्स टू रिमूव ऑल दीज थिंग्स and gives us a new hope of life. Now look at the literary devices, as you can see, of noble and of all the unhealthy. So here the two lines are starting with of, so here it is anaphora. Band to binds, there is the consonant b and b, and here noble nature n and n, so here it is alliteration. Next one, wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Here is implied simile and it is called metaphor. A flowery band to bind us to the earth. Here a scene is created for all the beautiful things lined up together. So here it is imagery. And another one, are we wreathing a flowery band? So here you can see the order is reversed and it is called inversion. Third stanza, such the sun, the moon, trees, old and young, sprouting a saddy boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make giants the hot season, the mid forest break. Here the poet describes the beautiful things which are present on the earth. It's just counting how many beautiful things are there, and out of few he has given the examples. These are the sun, moon, trees, flowers, daffodils, and the rivers. Poet says that all these things are like a blessing bestowed on all the creatures by earth. He further describes that the trees provides us with their shade, flowers with their beauty, and rivers with their coolness during the hot summers. All of these are the beauties of nature which are like a boon for us. Here, as you can see, for simple sheeps, this is just mentioned to show that the nature provides relaxation, peace, and other things to the simplest of the creatures on the earth. That's why the poet has used the word sheep. Now look at some literary devices. Sprouting and saddy, simple sheep, and cooling covert. As you can see, the letter SS, SS, and CC. So the initial sounds are same. So here it is alliteration. Now next one is sprouting saddy, boon. Next one, daffodils with the green world. and clear reels. All these are imagery. And here, trees old and young, it is antithesis. Generally, the process is young, then old. Here, the poet has used old and young, so it is opposite to the thesis, so it's antithesis. Rich with sparkling or fair musk rose blossoms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from the heavens' brink. The poet further carries on with the description of the more beautiful things present on the earth, such as the beautiful musk roses which have such a nice fragrance. Then he describes the tale of the mighty warriors who laid their lives for their countries or for humanity. He says that these beautiful things are the gift from God for all of us. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beautiful beauties which are immortal and gives us a reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. Here the poet has used mighty deeds. We have stories from our ancestors, of our soldiers. So all these tales, stories are also considered as beautiful things, because when we imagine of these stories, they gives us a reason to smile. And all these beautiful things are provided by the nature as a blessing to us. Now look at some literary devices. Here, immortal drink. So it's employed simile and we call it metaphor. And this one have heard. So initial sound is H. So it's alliteration. Now let's summarize once again. The poet says that a beautiful thing is a source of endless joy. It has eternal beauty which never fades away. A beautiful thing is like a shady shelter which gives us a sleep full of sweet dreams, good health, and relaxation. Our attachments to the earthly things are like a flowery wreath. They are traps which binds us to the materialistic things and keeps us away from eternal happiness. The earth is full of hatred, greed, and negativity. According to the poet, the gloom and the sadness caused by this negativity fades away with the positive waves of the beautiful things that surrounds us. The poet lists out some of the beautiful things that surround us. As the saying goes, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. He says that the numerous creation of God, like the sun, which gives us energy, the moon's beauty, the trees, which gives us shade, are the natural beauties around us. The various animals, like the sheep, that surround us make our world lively. The pretty flowers like daffodils make the world green and lively. The flowing streams of water cool and refresh us in the hot summer season. The forests, which are full of the pretty musk rose flowers, are a beautiful sight to the eyes. All these are the things of beauty. Also, the stories of brave soldiers who laid their lives to protect their people are beautiful and inspiring. These beautiful things are like a fountain of immortality bestowed upon us by God. They inspire us to live on and maintain our faith in goodness. So, here we come to the end of this poem. Thank you.